we have been warned about this for ages now. For ages. It's been there. It's been right in front of us. And we never even saw it. Until now. Oh my god, dude. It's gonna be crazy. This isn't good. This isn't good. Alright guys, welcome back to the Fortnite Doomsday Countdown. It is not long now. We are actually seriously close to the end of Season 5 and the beginning of Season 6 and all the craziness that is going to come along with it. The cube itself is on its way to Loot Lake. It's only going to be a couple of days, literally a handful of days before it arrives at the lake, and we just get a world of craziness. We've done a lot of coverage of what's going on with the cube and all the myths and the theories surrounding it. You already know that we have predicted that Doomsday is on its way. The end of Fortnite as we know it is soon to happen. As the cube arrives at Loot Lake, it will bring a world of destruction with it. We're talking volcanoes, tsunamis, and of course, even demonic presences from outside this world. Or maybe inside the cube. I don't know where they come from. Well, actually, we do know where they come from. They come from inside the cube. Last video, we talked about a safe house, you know, the bunker in Wailing Woods. Some sound files were released suggesting that the bunker is soon to open, and what a great time for it to open. The end of Fortnite, the Doomsday, is about to hit us, and we have a safe house somewhere for us to hide. You go underground if natural disasters happen. So we're in a point and a position in Fortnite where we're about to be hit by a bunch of natural disasters in Fortnite. So where are we gonna go? We have to go underground, to the bunker. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the fact that really we should have known about the cube for a little while now. And what do I mean by this? Well, we've had hints that the cube is going to be coming on its way, or more to the point, that the end of Fortnite, the Doomsday, is going to be happening. So a little while ago, we had the update for Tomato Temple. We made our own predictions on what we think was going to happen to the previous place, Tomato Town, but it turns out that Tomato Temple took the place of Tomato Town. Now, what does Tomato Temple have to do with the cube and have to do with this Doomsday Apocalypse scenario that we're finding ourselves having to deal with? Well, I'm glad you asked that, little Jimmy. That's a very good question, and I'm gonna Hey, put that down. Hey, put that down, Jimmy. Don't run around with scissors. There's been basically no lore or no theories passed around about Tomato Temple, but it's so obvious when you actually think about it. Tomato Temple is a reference to the Mayans. Now, for those who don't know, and we've talked a little about this in the previous videos that we've done, but the Mayans are a group of people that predicted that the world would end back in 2012. Now, obviously, it's 2018, and you know, what hasn't ended, so they weren't right. But the Mayans had a temple and they had a calendar that predicted that the world would end. Strangely enough, Tomato Temple has appeared a little time before all this cube madness started to begin, but there are certainly signs that show us that this temple is supposed to be the same temple that the Mayans had that predicted the end. Let me pull up two pictures for you. Here's Tomato Temple. It's looking good. It's got the ruins, it's got the tomato head on it. It's got a lot of stuff on it. It's cool, right? Here's a picture of the Mayans temple. Very, very similar, right? Very similar. Now, of course, it could just be inspiration, right? The guys at Epic Games could have just decided to get inspired by it and decided to chuck it in. But we know Epic Games, and we know Epic Games aren't going to introduce something unless it has some kind of meaning, some kind of reference to something. Why is Tomato Temple in this game? Another point of reference which is very interesting is this image here. This here is the Mayan calendar. Now, the Mayan calendar can be worked out somehow, some way to predict that the world would end at a certain date, but this is the real life one. Now, what's interesting, if you look at the center of this calendar, you have a picture or a face of a man. And there's got some qualities about this individual that stand out, that are quite obvious. You have this big smiling face with these teeth, these big, very obvious teeth that are coming through. You also happen to have this weird little tash, this mustache sitting on his face. Now, what does that mean? Why do we even care about that? Well, isn't it funny that when you look at somewhere like Tomato Town, what is the mascot of Tomato Town? You've also happened to have this big, round, red face with these big ass teeth and that big mustache, that big tash. Just a coincidence? I'm not sure. I don't think so. How can this be a coincidence? Is it just a coincidence that a temple managed to appear literally updates before the massive cube doomsday end of the world scenario which we're now faced with? Now, I've gone into Fortnite and gone around Tomato Temple to see if I can find any hints or anything to actually suggest in-game that something is gonna happen. Now, as of right now, I haven't found anything. I can't see anything particular that's gonna help us uncover the mystery of the cube before this all happens. But I'm willing to bet we know that as this game gets updated, as we close in the final couple of days to the end of Season 5 and the beginning of Season 6, that there are going to be changes on the map. Tomato Temple is going to change over the course of the next couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see runes and maybe even this calendar appearing inside the temple. And I'm willing to bet we could probably spend some time to break down the equations and see if we can figure out what the next move is from the cube. Also, there is a lot of strange references to squares inside Tomato Temple. Obviously, the massive tomato face sits on top of a massive square. There seems to also be a big square sort of in the middle of the ruined town section. Just seems to be there. I mean, maybe it was a tower, maybe it was just a square. And everything sits on big square pillars as well. These guys clearly like the squares. Interesting. A theory I had in my head was maybe the tomato people were people here before all the Fortnite characters that we have today, and the cube maybe existed back then and completely annihilated everything. You gotta remember, Tomato Temple is a ruin. This place has been ruined by something and pushed underground. Now fast forward to the future, to today. We're playing Fortnite. A temple appears, literally updates before this massive cube epidemic. Guys, I think there is a lot of questions still to be answered, and we're going to have these answered to us in the next handful of days. I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on it as best as I can. I know this is just a theory, but I do think we're going to see some crazy stuff coming from Tomato Temple. If anything happens, I will be letting you guys know. Make sure you check me out on Twitter as well. If there's anything that I can't get into a video in time, I'm going to try and post it on Twitter just to let you guys know. Let me know your theories and your ideas in the comment section below. I'm interested to know as things develop. I can't keep an eye on everything, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of information that goes around, and these things seem to happen really fast, and there's a lot of you guys out there. So if you guys know anything, tell me, and we can get into it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all on the next one. And remember, if you want to see that Doomsday live stream that I'm planning to do, maybe, possibly, I don't know, I'm going to do it. Alright guys, thanks very much. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.